Hello and welcome to another episode of the Farr Show where I am Damien Farr, and tonight we're talking about Kong vs. Godzilla. So, honestly, I'm not really going to look at this camera too much, the close-up cam. I know that sounds weird because, well, this is a big movie. It's huge. Like, literally huge. I mean, like, the monsters are huge. So, we're going to really talk to this in the Spidey cam most of the time. That just sucks because now I got to cut there. So, let's start talking about it. So, we're talking about Kong versus Godzilla, as I keep calling it. It's Godzilla versus Kong, but big important thing, it's in theaters and on HBO Max right now. This is one of those movies that I recommend if you can. Go see it at theater. 100% worth it. 100%. Saw it in theaters once, saw it in IMAX once, and saw it on HBO Max once because I just bought surround sound, so I felt this was a good movie to try all three, and well, it's a good movie. Honestly, it's a really good movie. So, let's start talking about the cast first and foremost here, which has Alexander Skarsgård from Tarzan. That's all I know him from, really. Millie Bobby Brown, which is 11 from Stranger Things. And Godzilla King of the Monsters. Rebecca Hall, she's from Iron Man 3. I assume she does other things too. Brian Tyree Henry. I think it's Tyree. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. From Atlanta. And then Kyle Chandler from Super 8, which I'm talking about next Friday. Honestly, pretty good cast. When I compare it to other movies here, I mean, I think it's a good cast overall. It's better than King of the Monsters. Is it as good as Godzilla? Well, Godzilla had Bryan Cranston, Aaron Tyler-Joy, and Elizabeth Olsen. So I think that one's just a hair above this one, honestly, for star power, because these are good actors, but they're not name value like Bryan Cranston, honestly, or Elizabeth Olsen, or even Aaron Tyler Johnson. So I'd say this is probably the third best cast of these MonsterVerse movies, and I know what you're thinking. Damien, what's the best? I mean, do we have to even talk about it? Kong Skull Island, Brie Larson, Tom Hiddleston, Samuel Jackson, John C. Reilly. There's loads of other people. John Goodman, that I just can't remember off the top of my head. So, really, this is a good cast, but is it the best MonsterVerse movie cast? No. Is it the best MonsterVerse movie? No, but we'll get to that in a second. So, Kong is still on Skull Island. It's been years upon years, but he's not really on. He's in a chunk of Skull Island that they built a pen around him, pretty much. And that's cool, but, you know, takes some time. But then Godzilla attacks Apex Cybernetics as Kong is pretty much chilling. Then they take King Kong from Skull Island, and eventually Kong fights Godzilla. There's a space here for some reason that it's not supposed to be there, but who cares? Apex then builds a Mecha Godzilla that they need to power, so they need to go to Hollow Earth, which nobody knows except Apex. Alexander Skarsgård helps them to get to Hollow Earth with their ships and stuff. It's really weird, but it's really cool to see Kong, like, for lack of a better term, open up and not be too big, because Hollow Earth is giants. Though, I think they kind of wrote themselves into a corner, honestly, where, what are you going to do now? Your big monsters here are now trapped in a situation here because, well, they're not coming from down there anymore. You got rid of all the ones from down there, big name ones, because the ending of the movie should have been Kong, like, fighting something at least then. So you've kind of wrote yourself into a corner. Unless all these other monsters come from space, you've kind of wrote yourself into a corner. Who knows what'll happen next? I do hope they make more of these movies. But tangent over. I mean, they need the power, which is in Hollow Earth. Kong goes to Hollow Earth. Kong fights stuff. He gets a sweet axe with a Godzilla fin. I don't know if it's Godzilla's, the current Godzilla's fin, but maybe like a past Godzilla or something like that. Godzilla's bad breath puts a hole to Hollow Earth. Kong and Godzilla fight. Kong honestly loses, nearly dies, and then is resurrected with the ship that they blew up. Godzilla fights Mechagodzilla. They tag team fight. Kong goes home. It's an all-around good movie. The music choices are really good too. Second to only Kong Skull Island once again. I think Kong Skull Island is the best movie. I'm gonna be honest here. Of these 4 MonsterVerse movies, it is the best. So let's start talking about it. What is your favorite MonsterVerse movie? Tell me in the comments below. Tell me what your favorite ones are in the comments even. Let's start off with the worst one here, which I put Godzilla King of the Monsters. I give it an FAR, or an FA, excuse me. I think honestly it's the worst of the series. Well, it's cool that you got more monsters and more name recognition for the monsters. The plot overall is just... I don't even remember this movie at all, honestly. I wish I could say I did, but I don't. So, it's gotta be on the lowest tier. King Ghidorah's in it. That was cool, but other than that, I don't remember anybody else off the top of my head other than Godzilla in it and Millie Bobby Brown. Then we got Godzilla 2014 with Bryan Cranston, Elizabeth Olsen, and Aaron Taylor-Joy. I think the only reason that I don't like this movie and put it up higher is they did a fake out, and I know movies do this all the time. If you see "and" in an actor's name, they're either not going to be in it long or they die. And I said that before I saw the movie. Bryan Cranston's going to die. Spoiler, he dies. And I was kind of let down. I was expecting more Bryan Cranston, but I was right at the same time. Then we got Godzilla vs. Kong, which I think is an FAR. Much better. Huge jump. Though I think the first Godzilla was amazing, and I will continue loving that movie. I think this one is better overall, just because I'm more of a Kong fan, honestly. So the fact that Kong, is here and he fights Godzilla, he doesn't win. I understand that right away, but it's cool to see him, nonetheless. And then finally, we got the top, which is Kong Skull Island, which the cast, well, they have stupid character arcs and everything, and they are kind of dumb. The cast was amazing. The music was amazing. Visually, this was the best looking movie of this series. Like, it just looks so good. I don't know what it is. Just something, the color mixing, the colors, the saturation, everything just comes together and makes this movie look amazing. Then Kong is the main character of this movie and the movie after of Godzilla vs. Kong. He is the main character. Godzilla vs. Kong is his movie, kind of like how Avengers Infinity War is Thanos' movie. Thanos is the main character there, Kong is the main character here. So it's really cool to see it. Kong Skull Island, though, is my favorite one. So once again, tell me in the comments below, what are your favorite MonsterVerse movies? Tell me in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and have a far off night.